This is Go Figure, day number 3. There was no reply because I had never sent my text. I must have gotten busy and only thought that I had sent it. I quickly rewrote it, apologizing for the delay, and sent it again for the first time. The reply came right away. The lesson on the left being, everyone makes mistakes, even adults who try very hard to be role models. Apologies are important, but try not to be too hard on yourself. So that's huge. And it's such an important lesson for you to learn, for me to learn, for all of us to learn and remember that everyone makes mistakes. Being an athlete, so a lot of my life I see through the lens of wrestling and professional fighting, training, working hard, challenging myself. And as a wrestler, my expectation in high school, I wanted to be undefeated. I wanted to be a multiple-time state champion. And so if I ever lost, which I lost several times in high school, it was always so devastating. And I was always so hard on myself. And it's tricky because if you set a really high standard, that causes you to work hard and strive and do your best. But then there's another side of it where if you beat yourself up every time you lose, then it doesn't feel good. It's like you put a lot of work into something and you fall short, and all you can do is say negative stuff and to yourself and feel bad and feel like a big loser. It's so important. Those two things are working at one time. I strive to do my best. I hope to inspire you and I encourage you to do your best, to try your best, to go all out. And if you do that, well, sure, I hope you win also. But it's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Failure, setbacks, adversity, whatever you want to call it, they are real parts of life and they're okay. They're okay. In my current business of speaking, creating podcasts, writing books, sometimes I'll get bad reviews. Sometimes nobody will listen to my podcast. So many times principals say, please don't call me again. Please don't email me again. I'll get corrections on how someone didn't like my presentation. Those things are a part of life. It's important. You want to listen. You want to strive to do your best. You want to strive to improve, but understand that everyone makes mistakes and it's okay. That right there is one of those valuable lessons that you can learn in your life. And I'll end it with this. There's a really neat thing I read in a book one time. It talked about being your own worst enemy or being your own best friend or your best cheerleader. So that negative voice inside your head, would you want to live with that person? They call it the inner roommate in the book. Would you want to actually live with that person? Probably not. Someone that's always telling you how terrible you are. So why don't we be our own best friend or our own cheerleader? And remember, everyone makes mistakes. And apologies are important, but try not to be too hard on yourself.